Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw, and I'm here at Sea Trade Global in Miami. And actually, we're going to talk to someone who's not a cruise guy, Greg Phillip, who is the CEO of Nevis Sun Tours. And we're going to talk about this tour operation, why he's here, and also a bit of his background, because it's an interesting one. And you're going to find out about all that and more on Insider Travel Report. Greg, first of all, great to see you here. And
see you too, James.
Yeah, so this is a relatively new company, right?
Yes, well, relatively new in terms of its operation. We actually originally incorporated in 2007.
Oh, okay.
Then I went to work as the CEO of Nevis Tourism Authority.
Yeah, that I remember.
Yes.
Yeah.
And in working at Nevis Tourism Authority, of course, I had to avoid the conflict of interest.
Okay.
So went back to Nevis Sun Tours in October 2019. Which meant I was just in time for the big event.
Your timing was impeccable, as they said. That's it. So here we are a few years later, and you finally get this thing up and running, right?
Yes, up and running, and I like to say doing well. Like to really think also that I remind myself that it's not too long since travel has come back.
No, yeah, and it came back strong. That's the whole thing.
Exactly.
So exactly what do you offer at Nevis Sun Tours? Is it just Nevis, or is that's what you're focusing on, right?
Well, excellent question. We actually do both St. Kitts and Nevis.
What I was gonna ask.
Yes, because we're two islands with one country. So we do tours on both Nevis and St. Kitts, but we go a little beyond tours also. We do complete vacation packages. We really have a DMC, so we provide lots of DMC services also.
So you'll do accommodations, tours, activities all around St. Kitts and of course Nevis. And I love Nevis. Nevis is a wonderful island. Been there several times, and it has such a history. And obviously the connection with Alexander Hamilton, which we always are reminded of every time we go. Yes. So why are you here? Are you going to be working, or are you working with cruise lines now?
Yeah, we work with cruise lines in a number of ways. Number one, we work with cruise lines, passengers on cruise lines, because invariably what happens, we have such a good relationship with the travel agent community and many travel advisors. They eventually call us and tell us, hey, I have clients on this cruise ship. Can you take care of them for the day? Maybe it's that they need a private excursion. Perhaps there's actually an opportunity for them to visit one island because they may be docked in St. Kitts and want to come to Nevis. So we can take care of those things, and that's typically what we do. But late last year, we started working in a more official capacity with Azamara Cruises.
Oh, wow, that's great. No, I know them. They're wonderful.
Yeah. Yes, and that's part of the reason why I'm in Miami at this time.
Oh, fantastic. So you'll take day trips and things like that, but you'll also do full DMC operations for travel advisors who want to book their clients at a specific different resorts around the islands. Nevis has amazing small boutique resorts. I know I've been to many. Of course, they have the Four Seasons, which we know, and that's the place I've been. But I tell you, I saw some of the boutique resorts, and they were just stunning, you know?
No, they definitely are. And the size of our destinations, especially Nevis, really has done a lot to influence us in the direction that we take this company, Nevis Sun Tours. So we know that these are two small destinations, and Nevis is extremely small, much smaller than St. Kitts. Yeah. So with everything that we do, we check 4 boxes. First of all, we ensure that whatever we do is authentic. Following that, they must be immersive. Mm-hmm. In addition, it also has to be intimate because we focus on smaller groups. And thirdly, they must be storied. Not storied in the sense that, you remember stories that are told, right? But storied in the sense that when you get home or when you talk to other people, you are telling them how you felt when this happened, how you felt when you tasted this, how you felt when you were on this tour, when you were at this site. Those are the things that we really want our clients to be saying. And as I said, I ended up here at this specific time, mainly because we were recognized for what we do.
I know, you just got an award, right, by Azamara. Yeah, I saw that. It just came out. So they have been using you and working with you, and hopefully maybe you'll get a few more cruise clients that as they stop by. I know one time I think it was a Sea Dream cruise I stopped at Nevis once before.
Yeah. Sea Dream comes in, and that's the thing with Nevis specifically. We focus more on the smaller ships, again, because those are what are perfect for a small destination like us.
Now, obviously, you work strongly with travel advisors, right? And that's really how. And so, what would you tell travel advisors? What's the best way to work with you? What do you want? What do you want them to into? What information do they need? That should they tell you about their clients, and how can they really arrange the perfect trip for their customers?
Well, definitely we'll need to know about their clients, and to arrange a perfect trip, I'll say give us an opportunity to do a full itinerary based on the needs of your clients, because we can handle them from start to finish, from the moment they land on the airport till when they leave, when they're flying out. So give us an opportunity to really fashion something special for them, because the fact that we focus specifically on FIT and small groups, it also means that we're quite nimble and we're prepared to be nimble, and to customize and ultimately personalize some things just to make sure that travel advisors and their clients really get the full benefit of our small destinations.
Yeah, and indeed, you have a very small destination, so that it's a very intimate destination. It really isn't. You can't be dealing with cruise ships that are several thousand coming off and seeing that. And I'll be honest with you, I flew into St. Kitts.
Yes.
I've done a few small trips around St. Kitts, but I've never stayed there. I've always stayed in Nevis, so it's always been Nevis, and that's the one I know. So
my wife is from St. Kitts.
Oh, okay. So we shouldn't talk to her about that one. Yeah, because I don't know why we just never got over there, and it always seemed because one of the things is I kept going to Four Seasons, or I was on a cruise for this small ship, and we would stop there, and then we would do the tours, and we'd see these marvelous resorts and marvelous places to go all around that island. So it's a great island to visit. I got to tell you,
it is, and as we speak about St. Kitts and Nevis, I joke a little bit, but to be serious though, it's really one of the things I think that people miss. When you can come to St. Kitts and Nevis, you must recognize that these are two drastically different islands. Mm-hmm. There's only 2 miles of water separating them, and it takes all of 6 minutes to go from one to the other. But they are so different, it's unbelievable. And that being said, it's really an opportunity for anyone who's in the Caribbean to have a chance to visit 2 different Caribbean islands on one trip without leaving the country. And that's why we also have 2 tours, which facilitates that. If you're staying on Nevis, we have a tour called St. Kitts in 1 day.
Okay.
If you're on St. Kitts, we have one called Nevis in 1 day.
All right.
Where they are, both of those check the same 4 boxes: authentic, intimate, immersive, and storied. So you get the full benefit of both islands in 1 day. That's what they're designed for.
Well, they are wonderful islands, and it's clearly, it's one of the places in the Caribbean I really enjoy going back to, because it has the history. Obviously, the Alexander, when Hamilton was the big hit on Broadway, and I started reading about it, I said, this is where he's from. I mean, it's pretty amazing, and there you have the museum and all the different parts, and it really is fascinating. Then that coupled with the more boutique-y resorts. The Four Seasons is great. Don't get me wrong. I loved it. It's beautiful. I can't play on the golf course because the monkeys steal my golf balls, but that's another day.
You shouldn't use the edible ones.
That's right. Yeah. That was my problem. I should have been doing that. And I played with the PR director there once, and I said, "You must be good." He said, "I'm really not very good." I said, "We both gave each other 3 golf balls, and we said we're done when we lose all 3. 4 holes.
Yes,
they were gone."
So it's not that the monkeys are stealing your balls. That's just your excuse.
I have to have one, Greg. I played so badly, and it is a spectacular golf course, and it's got nooks and crannies, and it's on the mountain, and you spend more time looking at the view than you do playing golf. But that was my experience. But there's that. But then there's all these other incredible places all around. Used to be the sugar plantations that were all around, and it is really worth more than a visit. Really a several-day stay. Right?
Yes, yeah, I definitely think so, and that's why our tours are immersive, because we'll do ourselves an injustice, and in fact our clients an injustice, if all we do is just drive them around and point at things. That's why our tours incorporate getting out of the vans and the buses and visiting places, interacting with people, because you can't have authenticity in a small place like that without those sort of interactions. You cannot discount the value of human interaction when you travel.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And now, where can travel advisors go to learn more about Nevis Sun Tours?
Well, you can visit us on our website, nevissuntours.com. Okay. And that's always helpful. And you can also contact us, reservations@nevissuntours.com. Ask any question. You could also visit my LinkedIn page. Okay. I'm Greg Bernard Phillip on LinkedIn. Since during COVID, I've just been writing a lot, mostly with an eye towards travel advisors and what we, even as a DMC, can actually do to help travel advisors.
Yeah. No. So, all right. So if you have a cruise client on a small ship that's going to be porting there, you can work with Greg about these incredible tours. But more to the point, if you have a client who wants to really experience Nevis and stay in fantastic places all around the island and do some really interesting things, it's worth staying there for quite a while, I think. Right?
Indeed. And one of the things that you can't miss is you must book the Alexander Hamilton Island tour.
Absolutely. That would be it. It was, and I was lucky enough to do it a couple of times. Greg, it's great to see you. Hopefully you'll have more success. Congratulations on your awards from Azamara, and congratulations on getting this business up and running. You were and are Nevis, and now you're selling it, and hopefully going to have a lot of other clients that are going to love this island.
Thank you very much, and thanks for the opportunity to talk to not only you, but to your wonderful audience, because we're here to help.
I'm James Shillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.